In an unusual matchup, Florida Governor and presidential hopeful Ron DeSantis and California Governor Gavin Newsom faced off in a primetime debate last night.
It gave voters a window into an alternative political universe in which President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump were not on course for a 2024 rematch of the 2020 presidential race. Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook joining us now live with what stood out about this matchup to you, Julia.
Well, the two governors represent two different parties and two very different states. Now, they aren't running directly against one another, but that didn't stop them from throwing insults, with California's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom saying that he thinks that the Florida governor and Republican presidential hopeful Ron DeSantis doesn't stand a chance.
There's one thing in closing that we have in common is neither of us will be the nominee for our party in 2024.
We're going to hear
during this highly unusual event moderated by Fox News host Sean Hannity and dubbed the Great Red State versus Blue State debate, Newsom went to bat for the Biden administration, while DeSantis used the opportunity to be seen as a leader for Republicans. The two went back and forth on issues like immigration, abortion rights, and the economy.
He thinks Biden and Harris have done a great job. He thinks the economy is working because of their policies for Americans, and they are not. And so what California represents is the Biden-Harris agenda on steroids.
Here's a guy who celebrated Bidenomics just this week, celebrating $28 million that came into your state because of the CHIPS and Science Act.
While some questioned what DeSantis had to gain by taking on someone who is not in the presidential race, he says it was the right decision for his campaign.
I'm in a race where one candidate gets a disproportionate amount of media coverage. And so I have to be able to get my message out.
Republican candidates signed an exclusivity pledge, meaning they can only participate in presidential debates sanctioned by the party. A source familiar with the deliberations says party officials expect to consider loosening those rules next week. The next Republican National Committee debate is scheduled to take place next Wednesday in Alabama. Reporting live in Washington, D.C., Julia Benbrook, Wish TV.
Julia, thank you very much. And Wish TV is your home of Indiana's best political team. We're also proud to be your home for that next Republican primary presidential debate. It happens next week, Wednesday, December 6th. Watch it live starting at 8 right here on Wish TV.